Hi Gemini, welcome. This is your June reading, 2024. We're here for you. Right out the gate is the Queen of Wands, right? I was just working with your energy. By the way, the very first sign that I'm reading on for this month. I'm seeing a few things here. Number one, the very first thing that I was kind of getting coming through from your spirit team was the word clue. Okay, so you may receive a clue about something important. You really want to sort of have your ears open with your spirit team during this month and probably even towards the end of May. Of course, we know this is coming into your season, so that's exciting, and there could be something really big around the corner. Your guides are wanting to sort of give you heads up on whatever that is. So do sort of be in touch with them is what I'm hearing. Be receptive, you know, maybe if you can spend more time in nature, okay, heed your intuition. You know, it's like if you're feeling like maybe right now, like I shouldn't talk to that person on the phone, I kind of need to just meditate and chill, and I feel like I need to listen in for my next steps. You know, yeah, that could definitely be something that you want to heed. It could also be in terms of, you know, just making sure you're on the right path, okay? It could be that it's, you know, going to be a bit turbulent at times, and the way that, yeah, there's something you need to really heed. I keep Siri. Yeah, have your phone by you. I hear that as well. Don't go without your technology. Like if you're going out on a long walk even, you know, make sure you have your technology charged up. That's what I do here. That's just like coming through. So it could be someone's very specific message. I'm seeing a banana boat. Okay, interesting. So Gemini, yeah, let's get into it here a little bit more in terms of what was coming through. I am seeing that you are like running forward, okay? There's something that you are going to really go for. I see a white van with tinted windows. There's something that you're really passionate about. It could be a decision you have to make as well. Some of you are going to be thinking about where you want to move to. I see you unsure of, though, really what you want to come down to when it comes to a particular option. It's like, do I do that? Do I do that? I don't know. I'm hearing a song here. How do broken hearts know? Do they find their way home? Some of you are unsure. Like, I see you kind of, yeah, and again, Spirit is saying, really, if you're not sure, in the crown, clear it. Some of you need to do some clearing in your environment. You're not able to receive the input from your guides. I'm seeing a Hurley symbol. I'm also seeing Uranus. So something is not quite clear. I feel you need to have clarity before you make this decision. If you're not clear, then don't make the decision. That's what I'm hearing. But of course, this is a general video. Do whatever you feel right by. But the Hierophant here, return it to sender in the crown. Someone here is around you, wanting you to sort of, someone wants you to move in with them, but it's like, maybe you've been hesitating and you're like, why haven't I made this decision by now if it's something that I really want to do? Some of you, you know those moments where it's like, I'm not feeling the intuition, but I feel like I can do this. Some of you also don't want to rush into something. Oh my God, there's this car that just splashed water all over, just zoomed by super quickly by these two people walking in an alley and just sprayed this water up all over them. So yeah, you guys, like, make sure that your heart is in it rather than just your head. Of course, you are air sign, but I feel like, yeah, you need time. I hear that. Some of you know, like, this is not the right time, maybe. Okay, so let's get a little bit more, and then I want to go to conflict to the days. You know, this is gonna happen, whatever this is. Like, this decision will be made. Oh, I see this guy wearing a purple shirt in, like, yellow 14 on the back. I think that's Lakers colors. In the crown, return it to center, clear the energy out. Someone is definitely wanting you to, they're pressuring you. They, just clear the energy, return it. No, some of you, it's gonna be a blessing in disguise, that decision that you were like, oh, why is this person being so pushy, you know? Yeah, Three of Swords, like, I think you honestly just dodged a bullet, y'all. The Tower reverse. The Three of Swords upright looks like a good deal to me. I take the Three of Swords over the Tower any day. I don't know about y'all, but Strength in reverse, you know, maybe you're worried, like, this person's making you look like you're gonna be seen as weak. I see a bug crawling really quickly over the wall, over the window. Yeah, I think someone was, yeah, just something is non-resonance, and you were sort of kind of going for it, but it wasn't really for you. You know, maybe you were even tapping into what someone else was feeling. It's like what they were needing to do, but it wasn't your path. It's like, that's what that person needed to do. It's like this momentum was something that maybe you were tapping into, but it wasn't your path, if that makes sense. Okay, the energy was not to be accounted for. I hear that as well. Like you needed to maybe just release something, just let it kind of move through, but you held on to it. But then I think you realized like that just wasn't really what I was looking for even. Okay, so something maybe fell through and didn't work out, and that was a blessing in disguise. I say it again, you know, the tower is in reverse. Some of you here, you will be so happy. You'll feel so very blessed that something fell through. Yeah, okay, wow. Okay, you got really lucky with something. Gemini, with the Three of Swords and the Three of Cups. I feel like you won't see this until later. Listen, I mean, this is like, something really worked in your favor, but like incognito. This was working behind the scenes for your better. And I feel like, again, with that tower in reverse, like you really made like a really, really good move here on some board here. And I think that some of you, maybe for instance, you know, you decided not to pursue some opportunity. In some ways it felt like an ego blow, but that ended up being the decision that led you down to this door. Okay, yeah, further, there's the tower. See, so I see you leaving something that just like kind of, it may be a sensitive message, but it just kind of blows up in the air. Like you left it behind. Oh, there's a movie. Not a movie. Maybe a music video. Yeah, I think it's James Bay. He like set his house on fire or something, and then he left, and he was walking out, and he looked back, and the whole thing just like blew up. So I'm kind of getting a little bit of that feeling here. Like, I mean, I don't think that you would have ever in many ways expected this, but maybe your higher self did. It could also be that you just kind of sabotaged something, you know, subconsciously, and you knew that decision subconsciously. It's like you did the math, you did the rhythmic work, but it was rhythmic in your mind's eye. Yeah, you knew that someone wasn't good for you as well. I think you did sabotage this. I see a white Tesla, and you come back to it, but like once you see now what it exposed itself, I hear it like that to you. Like you come back and it's like, hey, I'm gonna give this person 5 minutes. You come back and you see that this is like they're laying on their back, like belly up. That makes me think of yesterday's Scorpio 2024-2028 love predictions video, which is on hourly members. So if you're feeling guided, literally we had a scarab beetle crawling up the back of, my sweater, and it was on me, and I was like, what is crawling on me? And I just grabbed that thing and I flung it, and it was on the table. But yeah, and you know they play dead when they're sort of jostled. So yeah. Okay, return it on the back. So when you have the tower coming in heavily through. So anyways, and the Eight of Cups. Something was not for you. And you have the Eight of Pentacles as well. Something felt maybe like it was a good idea. Yeah, someone was not a good person, y'all. I hear that as well. You really got very lucky. The Seven of Swords with the tower, and you're gonna see this. It's like that, that wind. It's like you see a wave approaching, but like, I just keep hearing like, it's not for you. In the Crown, yeah, and you know, yeah, you're gonna make it. Like, here in the Sign by Frank Sinatra, New York, New York. You're gonna make this your own, okay? Yeah, maybe you applied even for something like a lot of people. This is what a lot of people, oh my God, this is all the rave. But then you just kind of fell back on it, and it's like, oh, maybe, you know what, it's not for me. And there's another path that's coming up that you may even create, and it's like, that's a much better move for me, I think, you know? And you'll think that until you wait some time, and then you'll see like how that really is such the case. It's like, whoa, that, I mean, you won't have time to fathom it, like what kind of blessing this was, like until you just already, I mean, towards the end of this chapter of whatever timeline you're working towards, because I feel like in the moment you're just going with it. It's like when you realize, oh my God, yeah, this is my path. And you're just like, you were like kind of jogging down this road, and then it's like, this is my fucking shit, and you're gonna start charging down this path. So yeah, but you're not really, the point is not to rationalize. I mean, hey, that's Gemini. I don't see you ruminating like forever upon, I don't see nostalgia, you know, maybe this is something that like semi-worked out, and then it just kind of, I don't know, you could go on and on in your mind, like, why technically though did it not work out, you know, but that, you're gonna facepalm to the side, and you just don't really worry about that anymore. I'm hearing these days, once this comes around, it's like that's it's just kind of given, you know, like you understand, and in a way that maybe, yeah, is taken for a bit of granted. But again, Gemini, I don't think that this is really for you to figure out in that way, like, why is it that, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe it's just even something that's meant to be more sort of touch and go, lighthearted, sort of, and it wasn't meant to be something really deep for you. So maybe you were like, why did I not really feel any kind of way about that separation? Maybe you broke up with someone or whatever. It's like, you're gonna realize, like, that this was just, it was more funny than feeling. It's like you didn't see down the line that how this would kind of not be for you, but you felt it, and interesting. I don't think that you rationalized this exit. So maybe it was your intuition working definitely at play. Yeah, I would say. I can't really see what else it would be. I think it was your intuition, Gemini, but maybe not your conscious interpretation of what you knew in your heart space. The sun upright, the world in reverse, the devil upright. This can also be an industry that you ended up not getting involved in. Anyways, let's go further. Spirit, can you please, yeah, someone was not going to be good for you. Like, wherever that was, I mean, I see you doing like a full like circle. Very good. Something was not good for you. I'm hearing something was not right. Like, it was maybe even like, I don't know, like you could have, I don't know, you almost got involved with someone who would have been a nightmare to work with. So that's really lucky. Good. Again, I'm really liking this for you. Your finances are going to be flaming. You're going to have red hot Cheeto flames all up in your finance house. Okay. Some of you moving to New York. Some about financial district, the financial district. Wow. So there's something that, yeah, I feel like it's like I'm telling you again, you know, one of those moments, like, this is more like my style. I'm so happy I ended up not pursuing that path, because this just, I mean, I see how this is the only way I honestly, okay, could see myself. So, but you only see it once you're sort of in it, if that does add up. Let's see here further. You're gonna love the second week. Oh my God. I mean, some of you as well, there's light being brought to something of your past that was really confusing and really sort of dark, and like, you know, what was sort of bringing you so-called down is gonna just end up bringing you higher once you do see what it really is, and it's becoming your strength, actually. You're a force to be reckoned with, Gemini, in June. Someone really loves you, misses you. They're gonna really communicate more of that in the second to third week. Yeah, between those 2 weeks, I see you sort of, if anything, you're gonna feel it really strongly, like just this air of attention, you know. It's like someone's really, they're sending you darts of love. I'm hearing emotions, emojis. Maybe someone here is, so I see someone sending you like so you're gonna feel really popular. I don't know exactly what's going on for every turn in the sacral. Yeah, someone here, I feel like maybe even like, it's like when you choose one conversation over another, and it's like you're really enjoying this conversation. It's like, oh my God, I love this. Like, yes, like it's just making you really happy that, yeah, this ended up, oh, the Tower. Okay, listen, Gemini, I see you honestly a bit controversial, like whoever and whatever is sitting around the stage that you're standing on right now. I'm seeing 1313 right there on the clock. It is karmic. The winner is when they hear not them, and they are putting 2 to 2 together, and they're like, okay, I see Gemini on the stage, and Gemini doesn't look forlorn, and yeah, it doesn't look frowny at all. They're gonna feel some sort of way, and some of you have to kind of cloak up. I'm not gonna lie, you know, some of you here, you could even be in a very public energy space, very public. Your shit's going viral. I hear that even for some of you, and you're gonna really need to be careful. Okay, at this point, like, it's not the game we used to play. I hear it like that. Some of you, you have to situate yourself a little different, position yourself a little differently legally. Something is not really going to make the same waves that it did in the past. So maybe, for instance, you were like, that used to be enough. The scale of work I was doing, I didn't have to go that far out to sort of get my point across. Now it's going to be a little different. Maybe you have to have like a real legal setup. It's not enough to just be like, hey, by the way, is something going on with that where you can't assume, I hear it as well, that people understand what you're saying. You have to have sort of like, for some of you, you're going to put a more clear disclaimer in the beginning of your videos, with whatever you're doing, okay? Clear the heart chakra, yeah. So some of you also, you need to literally have separation, more separation distance from maybe your friends. I hear that, okay, in general, because there's just something here you have to be careful with. It's really not even about, oh, you know, yeah, there are people here who you may be starting to get more popular, and so people are just coming through, and maybe you used to talk to all your friends. I'm seeing someone pushing a big dumpster. Like, you need to be a little, you need to be a lot more low-key. I'm seeing wine, bottles of wine, like maybe people are watching you, people are starting to sort of become even obsessed with your energy, and it's really important that you know that that's what's happening. Because at first it feels like, wow, something's just changing my life, but then it's also like this energy cords, people trying to connect to you, and before you know it, you know, you can end up feeling really drained. So make sure you have a nice buffer, and make sure that you don't assume that things are going to be working in the way that they used to, because it's just simply different. Clear the energy. Your spirit team is wanting to sort of prepare you for whatever this is and say, okay, like, we really need you to, yeah, it's beyond like LOL. I hear it like that, like something needs to maybe get kind of serious here as well. Maybe there was something that you were sort of taking like in a jokish manner with someone. I'm not sure exactly for everybody exactly what this is, but you used to be like LOL JK, but yeah, there's something maybe you would even get a little bit more professional with. So it's something of a legal disclaimer that you want to put in terms of, maybe terms and conditions. Maybe you need to have terms and conditions. I'm hearing values, stocks, bonds, like something maybe has reached a point where you need checks and balances, more checks and balances. Some of you here, it's a company you have, and maybe people working for your company, and it's like you need to have a little more of a filtration system. That's what I'm getting for you, Gemini. We're going to get a bonus for your members. But yeah, just know that this is going to be a huge transition for you. I do see you very much loving this energy, but save those times where you dance to your favorite songs, to the stages that tell you back the same words that ring true for you in that song. Okay, there's something about your character, Gemini, and it's very important to remember who you are, because some of you here will be coming into a public space, and you just don't want to share your energy space as well with those who don't have the same vision of themselves and of the long term that they have, of their own long term with you. You just don't deserve that, you know, as well. I mean, you are meant to be as well a pioneer. So make sure that your voice isn't getting filtered through another conversation that you're not actually having in the higher realms with your guides. And that's where your guides are saying, remember us, come back to us when you're feeling confused. Remember as well where you've come from, because you have made it a long way, and it is feeling very real now, how you have created this world that you you live in. Okay, so there's something really important that they also want to point out to you, Gemini, is that you are really, really impactful. Okay, you're creating a space that's very, very inspirational to the people around you. So something here that they want to outline for you, and I'm seeing 44 on the clock right there, is that what you create in your successes, it's not just about you, right? It's not just like, hey, I've made it, here I am. You're never forgotten. You're never just like you in your own sort of micro circle of success. You still have, your guides around you. You still have, well, some of you are really going to be pulled out very, very far when it comes to, the returns that you're receiving on your work. So it's like, don't forget that this is also something of a place whereby you come back into your starting energy. Okay, where did you literally come from? I hear like that. Maybe there's something that you want to give back to. It can be a person, a very particular person. I'm seeing a big purple, huge, bright purple umbrella. There's someone here who, maybe was there for you in the very beginning as well of your journey, and it can be even someone of a spirit guide. So have time to really connect with this person, because there's something that they want to also give you, okay, more of, but and they're telling you, remember that this is where it comes from. So it's like, let's say, you're like, okay, I started my journey out and I was really, really focused, let's say, on my spirituality, and I feel like my shadow work is really what got me to this point, and then I started to really see returns. I started to manifest a world that felt very different from that which I was living before I got into this maybe line of work or whatever it is. And then Yeah, and then it's like, don't forget that that's always going to be there for you. It could even be in terms of your support. Okay, some of you are going to start getting maybe popular, famous, however it is. Don't forget that you come from as well a place that still resides in a very sacred sort of capacity. Okay, where you are one with yourself, and no matter how many friends you attain, no matter how popular you get or how successful you become, it's always still going to be how it is that you have become that person, right? So there in the sacral, there could be, down the back, return it. There's also maybe someone here who's, trying to project to you like, oh, look at you, you're just lucky, no, like you took yourself to this place that is a place of dreams, and you are very inspirational. So be it that people are projecting energy to you that is not true, and it's not in resonance with your path truly, and how you walked your path, how you created, okay, your own space to create. Okay, this is important that you are able to find a way to discharge those projected energies, because they could increase dramatically as you become more popular, as you become more inspirational. Sure, it's wonderful energy, but it's also going to be a little bit of a tricky spot for those who are not ready to accept your transitions, and those are karmic partners. Some of you have to just say goodbye to people, and they may project, oh, look at you, now you're popular and you're forgetting about us, oh, look at you, you got lucky and now you're famous and you're just like a different person now. It's like, no. I mean, we should expect everyone to evolve and to change. So this is where you have to remember like what's really going on in your life. To you, what does this new beginning mean? To you, what does a success really resemble? And do some thought mantras in that space of self-talk, okay? Reminding yourself that you tell yourself what you've become. Return it to sender. A lot of people are very jealous of you, Gemini. In the crown. Yeah. I see SH here. Yeah, very jealous. So, and you don't owe anybody as well an explanation of how you created what you created, how you got to the point that you're at. And maybe people, people love to do that. They love, because many people here on this 3D, the blue pillars, I'm saying, they're really bored. They chose blue pill. They're not in creator energy. They're in victim energy. So, what better than to find someone to sort of try and drain the force field of, because that's how they survive, right? Some people they create, some people they steal. So there are people here who are trying to throw darts at you, like of just like horrible, I mean, honestly, energy. Like it's just not even anything about you, and they could even be, oh, well, you owe it to us to explain like how it is. How did you get there? Let us also get there. I mean, like what? Like no, Gemini. Like that's not the meaning of success, okay? And some people here are really trying to convince you that you have come just too far. It's like, and if you are feeling guilty, really reflect on, what does the success mean to you? Does it mean something that it means to others? Is your success something that is in the landscape of others' success? No, I would think, right? You're not creating to like step on other people, right? It's not like as well, oh, I'm just trying to beat you over there, and yes, I did it, and I'm projecting to you that you're not as good as I am. That's not you, right? So if that is the case, and I know it's the case for my light workers here, you don't owe anybody, okay, how they feel about your success, okay? So there's something here, returning the crown. I mean, you're just doing you. Some of you here, you're really going to be dealing with people being really even hostile or angry about your successes. And honestly, it could be coming out of nowhere. It's like you would returning the crown chakra. You would have never thought this. You honestly maybe never expected. It's like, I thought, people would be so happy. No. Some people here, they're literally going to try and like rain even on your parade. So some of you, it could be in terms of your home, your private space. If you have a beautiful home, you're loving, the space you created, keep it for yourself. Keep it private. Or to those who really are of support and are of the light and are able to be there for people who are in the light, right? So some people, they love to be there for people who are lower than them or who are, not in the light. And then once they're in the light, then it's kind of like, then they almost like don't want them to leave them behind in the dark. It's very disturbing, how some people operate. And that's not your problem. You don't have to sort of change that as well. Maybe you have people who are jealous of you and you're trying to make them sort of your friend. It's like, no. I mean, you don't have to be that person who is that person who they want you to be. The person, oh yeah, wait for us, like we're slow. I mean, no. So Gemini, some of you here, you have to let some people go. And you have to know why you're letting them go. And the only way to know is to connect with your higher self, your intuition, because otherwise some of you are just going to feel like, ick, I just don't want to talk to this person. And then you may even project to them a reasoning that's not true. Like, hey, I'm really tired right now. And they're, oh, you just don't have time for us. No, it's that you're not resonating with them and they're draining your force field. So meditate, be one with that, and don't get distracted in how it is that you decide for yourself what it is you're doing in your life, okay? Don't let anyone tell you that what you've created is something that it's not as well, that it resembles something that it's not resembling for you. Some people here are like, oh, look at you, you're just about the money and da-da-da. I mean, that's not you. Okay? That's not why light workers reincarnated. And if someone is projecting that to you, I mean, that's too bad that that's their life's mission, to hate on the light. This says a lot about what they got going on in their life. So, in the crown, yeah, I see you looking very, very successful here in the eyes of many people. It's not just financially, it's like, whoa, like Gemini's making it in ways that we can never imagine making it, okay, for ourselves in our own capacity. I mean, it's not even just like exactly what you're creating, it's just that feeling like people know that you've made it, Gemini. It's also like, that feeling where they then look back at themselves and it's like, I don't feel like they know they're not at that place, okay, that they've made it, and maybe they have made it, but not in the way that you made it. So it's like, I feel like you're also dealing with people who are always critiquing their own selves. It's like, I always have something I didn't do, and that's disturbing, right? Like, they're always going to be comparing themselves to you, and that's why it's really not the point to make friends of these people and convince them that you're a good person and you're not. I mean, these sounds like even narcissists. So just return it to sender. Return it to sender. They love to create little stories and they love drama, and so some of you here, it's like also return to sender. Oh no. Flat out lies. Some people just telling flat out lies. It could even honestly be just clout chasing. So do what you can do to create less room for this energy to proliferate. Remind yourself that your destiny is that which you not only create, but that you recall, and it's a place that's timeless. It's not because we're in 2024 and because you now have, this or that with you. Some of you, they're going to love to just project onto you. Oh, look at you. You changed so much. I mean, what the hell? Who wouldn't change after this timeline is up? You have moved on. I hear that as well. And so, don't leave any room for people to come in through the door that has been closed. So it could be, once you do clearing, really sort of set major rules and boundaries in that space so that this doesn't, so these people don't believe that they still have a shot with you. I hear that as well. Like, some of you here, these are people who maybe you had something with in the past. Some of you, I'm not sure for everybody, but you may want to even have like some, again, legal setup that allows you to have greater, just clear down perspective with what it is that you're putting out there, what you have put out there. Some people are possibly going to literally try to even steal your work, God forbid. I mean, I'm hearing that there's something you need to think about, and not in a way of like, that's too bad, who would try and take advantage of me, how mean. No, it's just, that's the way that this game goes. Some people play it, some people don't. And you're the one, in this particular, I feel, return it down the back, okay, generational karmic contract, who didn't fall for the race, okay, and you're not involved anymore as well, and people missing you. Trauma bonders really, really miss your frequency. People who used to, have someone to talk to. It's like, how selfish can you be? It's like, that I'm at the height of my life. I see someone on an Aladdin carpet. It's like, and now you're wanting me to talk to you, really? Of all times, it's like someone making drama, okay, in front of a whole audience, like trying to be even the center of the room. I mean, at a certain point, like out of self-pity. So don't stand even in your mind next to somebody like that and think that you have to explain yourself to them. There's no explanation. I'm seeing someone walking with a red sweater, and you have a spirit guide. They're walking with someone with a blue sweater. They're holding hands. Return to the back. You have a twin. Gemini, you have a twin flame. I hear it like this, who, you are really, really magical alongside, and you and this person, you have so much that you need to clear together. Okay, you really have to be very close to do so. And I think that some of you here, you have come together already with this person, and it's something that you now need to sort of be brave to mobilize into the next stage of your work together. And there's something that is very hard naturally. There's something that a lot of people on this planet are going to resist you doing together, and that's okay. It's actually better indication that you are doing that very thing that you came here to do, okay, to cause this uproar, to cause the sense of discomfort and people being uncomfortable with what you're doing and who you are, whatever that means. Okay, that is the indication for you that you're no longer where you used to be at, where it made others feel comfortable. You're now in a space that's real and authentic and true to you. We're not here to make people feel comfortable. I see this person with a purple umbrella again walking around, and I feel like you have a spirit guide, Gemini, who is wanting you to do those I'm hearing so-called dangerous things. Those things that put your reputation out there. Those things that make you maybe even at times a target to be laughed at, okay? To be made fun of. Because those are the things, okay, done by the people who think of those things as things that will be, okay, important for those down the line, okay, generations to come, okay, who will come to thank the people like you who wanted to be not like the same, but one of their own, okay, conversations on this planet that rang true. Not rang, okay, according to how others, okay, sing along, but rang just true. And Spirit is saying, we elect you, and we have already elected you. This person with the purple umbrella is just doing rounds here. They're going literally, they're trying to get your attention, Gemini, with this very important message. You are here to sing a song that is not fun for everyone to listen to, okay? But there are people here who will live, who will come into carnation because they heard that you were singing that song. Okay, this is really important. Like you can't see who it is as well that you're necessarily speaking to. Kind of like in these readings, like, these messages they don't resonate maybe in the exact moment we're recording them, but it comes 4 years down the line and someone's like, you're talking to me. You're talking to me right now. And that's where you have to have this fortitude and this bravery about you to say, I'm not your person. I don't belong to any one person, and I'm never going to be someone who just is here to serve you. Just you. And maybe with your audience, things will change. Those of you who are going to be growing, you really have to understand that some people won't want to let you go, and those are the very people that you'll be more than happy, okay, to admit to yourself that you need to let go of. And it's going to be a moment where you liberate your thought mantra space. Like, I don't need to make them happy. I don't need to, make sure everyone thinks I'm worthy of the, this or that. I mean, let's make an example. Like, let's say you're getting very popular on social media, and then people, I've seen this all the time. Oh my God, you're changing. Like, you used to do your readings like this or like that, and I'm going to unsubscribe. It's like, good. I'm not reading for someone who is trying to manipulate me as a sovereign being to create what makes them happy. Maybe the thing that's best for all is for another soul sovereign being to come in and be able to appreciate the dance for what sings for them too. These are these energies who are just selfishly residing on this planet, and then maybe you realize, in retrospect, I'm kind of also regretting that I ever did have this conversation with someone like this to begin with. But without the self-hatred, without I regret, that sucks, but just having that full circle moment, having the closure for yourself enough to say, I don't sing my song for everyone. I sing because I want to dance too, and you have to feel free to do so. We'll see you in the next video.